During the initial setup, you're going to want to go into your terrain and choose how much terrain you want. So let's go in, and we got to go to the map later. Let's select this terrain here, and I'm just going to Control C or Apple C it. We're going to go back to our game, and let's just say there's different variations to play, and you can look at the rules about that. But if you want a plain game, which is certainly great, you can just use the plain map. If you want to have kind of a more typical game, you can go ahead and you can choose the basic terrain. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to move the terrain and have it, you're going to have to press Alt, and you're going to station it right next to kind of the starting point of each player's area. So you're going to go through and you're going to do that for each spot. We'll move that for each one. And again, I'm holding Alt on all of them, and notice I am not covering any of the hexes, and that's really important because you don't want these to cover the hexes, because if they end up covering the hexes, it's going to make it more difficult for players to achieve their objective. So what I have them do is I have them touch each starting point. Alright, and we'll put this one here, and again I'm still holding Alt so it goes exactly where I want it. And then this is kind of the typical setup. It's now touching each starting point. Actually, I missed that one. Alright, there we go. It's now touching each point of each starting hex area. Actually, I don't need that one, but that one and that one. And that's actually the basic setup. That way, and you do this each time you want to play, and that's the basic setup so that each player has some sort of unique formation of terrain that they got to deal with. And this will add some intrigue to your game every time you play. It creates, and you can create your own if you actually go to the terrain tab up here. Not only have I given you 10 different terrain setups, but you can use these on the side and create your own setups if you're interested too. So you have all these options, and when you play, it'll really create this. It's pretty much equal. I mean, it'd be hard to decipher who would have the advantage because when I designed it, there's the grasslands, which make you go much faster, but then there's other things that make you go much slower. So it's pretty equal, and I doubt you'll notice any of that during gameplay, but it does create some interesting situations. But that's the basic setup of how to use terrain.